Now you may be shocked to hear this, but this is who I think is going to win the Royal Rumble. Yo, what's up guys, it's NLW here, back again with another video. Today, it's the Royal Rumble prediction video. Royal Rumble season is around the corner and WrestleMania season not too far ahead. And it's quite an unpredictable Rumble on the women's side. The men's side, not so much, but there are still plenty of options that it could be to win the Royal Rumble. And of course, we've got a big WWE Undisputed Championship match, as well as some other matches on the card, and I'll go through all my predictions in this video. But before I do, make sure you like the video, comment down below what your predictions are, and subscribe to NLW Figs for more wrestling figure content. So let's just get straight in to the first match, the Mountain Dew, Honey Mustard, whatever pre-show. It is Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight in a pitch black match. I have no idea what this is going to entail, but I am very, very intrigued. Now, Bray Wyatt, he's done the cinematic stuff before. We've seen it with the Firefly Funhouse match, and I would hope this is something similar. I don't know if they're going to do something in the arena or if they're going to do something kind of on location, something like that. But it would be a very interesting concept, this, whatever this is. Weird to call it a Mountain Dew sponsored match though, because obviously Bray Wyatt, you think he wants to take his stuff kind of seriously, but to tack on a tacky sponsorship, I don't know about that. But still, I've really enjoyed LA Knight's work. It's a very weird combination though, to have Bray Wyatt and LA Knight feud. Not complaining about it though. I definitely feel like people need to give this Bray Wyatt stuff a chance. Obviously, there has been a slow build to it, but it's only been, what, 2-3 months so far? You know, we'll see what happens, I'm sure, more towards WrestleMania. And of course, there's also stuff going on with the women's division, which I'll talk about in a moment. But yeah, the Uncle Howdy stuff I'm pretty on board with. Obviously, the debut was a little bit silly, but some of it is going to be hit or miss. I'd rather they go all out though and just, you know, just try and experiment with this stuff, because Bray Wyatt, he's obviously got a creative mind, and I'm very interested to see where this goes. I'm not bored by it at all. I think it's compelling television. That's just my personal opinion though. You might disagree with me. Let me know if you do in the comments. But yeah, whatever happens with this one, honestly, I reckon LA Knight will win this. I think there's going to be something involving Uncle Howdy or one of the other whatever's going on in Bray Wyatt's mind. It's going to cause him to lose this one. That's just my prediction, but I could be completely wrong. Next up, you know, speaking of Bray Wyatt, Alexa Bliss seems to be under some sort of curse or something like that. It's very goofy, it's very wacky, but you know what? It's wrestling. Who cares? At the end of the day. So you got Alexa Bliss in this new heel role, taking on Bianca Belair. She's been corrupted, and now she wants the Women's Championship. So interesting to see. Bianca Belair has been champion since last WrestleMania, I believe. So a very, very long title reign. I thought the one to beat her would have been Bayley. However, that doesn't seem to be the case at the moment. So I don't think that it's going to be different here. I think Bianca's going to retain the championship and defeat Alexa Bliss, and her story with Bray will continue on. As for Bianca Belair, I think she'll probably drop the title at WrestleMania to whoever wins the Rumble, but we'll get to that in a moment. But before we get to the Women's Rumble, we've got the Undisputed WWE Championship match, Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. I'm very much looking forward to this one. Every match they've had so far at the Royal Rumble has been a banger, and I'm sure this one will be no different. Obviously, they won at 2021, I want to say, one of my favourite matches of that year, where they brawled out throughout the Thunderdome, I should say. So I can't quite remember if this one has a stip or not, or if there's going to be one added, I'm not sure. But obviously, Roman's retaining. I mean, there's no doubt about that. It's just, how is Sami Zayn going to play into it? I think that if you want him to not get over, but if you want him to be what's the word I'm looking for? You remember the Daniel Bryan situation a couple of years ago. You remember when he didn't enter the Royal Rumble and everyone was not very happy about that? I think with this, you probably need to have Sami Zayn make a statement in this match to say, okay, you've seen Sami Zayn, he's not going to be in the Rumble if he's not going to win it. Or you do something creative in the Rumble. I'm not too sure. I hope that people don't turn on the Rumble just because Sami Zayn doesn't win. Then again, the options are a lot better than they were, you know, several years ago. But still, it's a conundrum with this one. Like, how do you book it to be entertaining when you know that Roman Reigns is going to win? I'm sure it's going to be good. It's just, I think the main question really is how the Bloodline story is going to progress. And obviously, this past week on Raw, the Bloodline segment, the trial of Sami Zayn, was excellent stuff. And it's going to be heartbreaking when Roman turns on Sami, man. But I think that Sami's going to be uber over babyface, and I just hope they capitalise on that moving forward. Now let's come on to the Royal Rumble matches. So first one, we'll start with the Women's Royal Rumble. So already announced, we've got Raquel Rodriguez, Mia Yim, I think is in this, Liv Morgan, Candice LeRae, Bray, Rhea Ripley, Shayna Baszler, among others. So there's a solid list of women's wrestlers in this match. Notable by her absence is Ronda Rousey, obviously just losing the championship to Charlotte Flair. You wonder what's going on there, as well as what's happening with Charlotte as well on SmackDown, because I've not really been keeping up too much with the product recently, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. But I'm not entirely sure who's going to win this one. Obviously, odds on favourite at least at the moment, is Rhea Ripley. She is the one that they've been building up with the Judgment Day, but there does seem to be some suggestion that she might enter the Men's Royal Rumble, so we'll have to see if that materialises. But Rhea Ripley, yeah, I could definitely see her as the one I would personally have win the Rumble, because you could do her versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. You know, they both had this moment in the Royal Rumble, I believe 2 years ago, 2021, when Bianca won it, and they were the final two, and they've just come up from NXT at that point, so that was a solid final two, and they could be the Trish and Lita of this generation, in my opinion, or even the Sasha Banks and Charlotte of this generation, if you will. So I think Rhea would be the best choice, I should say. Second best choice, though, I think Shayna Baszler could have a strong shout. You know, I think if Charlotte were to lose the championship back to Ronda Rousey before WrestleMania, you could definitely tell a Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler match at WrestleMania. Whether they want to go down that route is another question, really. Obviously, Ronda, her reign and her kind of comeback has been a little bit lackluster, and maybe a feud with Shayna Baszler would be the kick that feud needs, but that's just my opinion. And also, I think a wildcard choice could be Raquel Rodriguez. I mean, she's been pushed very heavily on TV since she was called up to the main roster, and I think Rodriguez versus Charlotte would be a money match at WrestleMania. So if you thought that Rhea was too obvious to win, then maybe you can have Raquel win this one. I wouldn't have it that way, but I can understand why they would do it. Some other notable names as well. I would say Asuka may have potential to return. Obviously, she's been teasing a little bit of a turn to the dark side. Maybe you have her go up against Bianca Belair at WrestleMania and continue Bianca's title reign that way. And there's also rumours of Naomi. Obviously, she's denied it, because we've seen Mercedes Moné turn up in New Japan. Naomi, she is still not returned to wrestling as we know it thus yet, but whatever happens, I'm sure that she'll be back in wrestling at some point or another. It just depends whether that's in WWE or not, but if she's ever going to make a return, then it would be in this match. So very interesting to see if she returns or not. That's just a wild prediction though, but I would say, if I'm going to put money on it, I'd say Rhea Ripley. And now we come on to the Men's Royal Rumble match. So we've already have announced, we've got Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, Drew McIntyre, Ricochet, Karrion Kross, Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and a couple more people. So this one, it does seem quite obvious that it's going to be Cody Rhodes. It does seem as though this is what they're building towards, you know. They've had Cody, kind of like Triple H in 2002. He's making his big comeback, and he's making his big return at the Royal Rumble. You'd think that Cody will win and return to prominence here, and, you know, just because I think it was Edge who returned in the Royal Rumble 2 years ago and won it from number one. So this could be a similar situation with Cody, and that would be a safe bet. I think that Cody should win the championship at WrestleMania. I think he should beat Roman Reigns personally, but, you know, what do I know? Maybe they'll have him face Seth Rollins. I think it would be a mistake to split the titles before WrestleMania, though. I think he should definitely defend the titles, one on each night, and have Cody win the WWE Championship on night 2. That's just me. But, yeah, speaking of which, there's also one of the odds-on favourite for the past couple of months now was The Rock. So The Rock has been rumoured to be facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Obviously, it's in Hollywood. It would be a big deal, big box office draw and all that. But recently, there have been reports that The Rock is not in ring shape for WrestleMania, which I'm not going to buy. I feel like it's them trying to play it down if it is going to happen. But, you know, I'm not going to be that easily worked. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying it's a work or anything, but I'm not you know, it might just be to throw people off the scent. That could be it. And also the poster is very strongly hinting at The Rock being there. That's all I'm saying. You know, you've got the lightning and everything, so it does feel like they're going towards that direction. I'd be very surprised if he didn't show up. That's what I think, unless they have it where he shows up during the Roman match to kind of not have people have high hopes for him to be in the Rumble. I don't know. That's just a theory. I don't think he'll be at the Rumble though, but you know what, I could be wrong. Another name who I think could come back would be Edge. I think that Edge and Finn Balor need to continue their feud. There was obviously rumours as well that there was going to be a Hell in a Cell match on this show. Didn't actually happen, but still, Edge, I think, might return in this match to set up something with Finn Balor at WrestleMania, maybe a Hell in a Cell there, who knows. As we also know, we've got Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, in my ideal world, Sami Zayn would win this one and go to WrestleMania and beat Roman for the championship, but I don't think that's going to happen. Although, I would love it to happen. I think that's the perfect story tale ending, really, though, to have him be the one to beat Roman Reigns. But still, I hope that if Sami Zayn is not in this matchup, it doesn't detract from Cody's win. I think that Cody has done a complete 180 since leaving AEW. Obviously in AEW his matches were great, but his character work, I don't know, just left something to be desired a little bit for me personally. But now in WWE I think it's a much better fit for him. He's been fantastic as a babyface on the mic, and every appearance he's had in that brief 2-month window where he was back, it was fantastic. So I cannot wait to see what he does in leading to this WrestleMania, and fingers crossed, you know, in my dream world, it's going to be Sami Zayn who wins this, no question about it, but I would be very happy with Cody Rhodes, and I'm just going to say it, predictability isn't necessarily a bad thing in this case. And that is my predictions for the 2023 Royal Rumble match. I forgot to mention a bunch of other names who could be in it, like Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, other legends as well that could come back. So if there are any predictions that you think are a bit out there that you are predicting for the Royal Rumble, anybody you think will return or anybody you'll think will win the Royal Rumble matches, let me know those in the comments below. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe to NLW Figs for more wrestling figure content. That's it from me, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later.